doesn't say too much, because in the last games he was like completely outstanding. So if he even has less impact, it can still be very impactful. But it is certainly a very difficult Nature's Prophet game, and Newbee will want to try to, I think early on, try to get these skirmishes going. I think that's something their lineup is very good at, using this Nyx Assassin Batrider's fast heroes and then combining it with a Bloodright and just in general the passive of the Bloodseeker, that thirst, to snowball fights, I think is what it's going to be all about.
Well, Newbee already looking to try and find their first snowball. It's a 4-man smoke maneuver into the dire jungle, looking for an opening. Matumaman is the only one from Team Liquid there, while Liquid doing a little bit more of a similar thing. Mind Control and GH just trying to secure more of these bounty runes. So either side, just trying to poke around, see if they can find an opening. They do not want to make a mistake. You do not want to be one game down in this best of 5 series.
I think that is something important to keep in mind as well for this, that it is a best of 5. Best of 5s have a tendency of getting very different from best of 3s if they go the stretch. Obviously, because if it's 3-0, then it's still technically still 3 games. But these teams will be learning about each other as they play. They obviously are very prepared for this matchup, but there will be some new things emerging throughout this series that will take priority. We already saw the first step toward this series was giving Liquid that Nature's Prophet, and Liquid choosing to first pick it over the Caudal has already been their first adaptation to this matchup. And there's going to be more of that coming later on. So the first game, as you said, every game is massively important,
GH,
but you need to look
that
for the
observer was being dewatered. He just tried to go for the denial. It won't happen, however. SC was able to get the first hit on that one, but it does reveal the fact that GH was prepping himself for a gank in mid, running this dual lane mid, Lich and Troll Warlord. That's a lot of harassment, but of course it goes the other way. We've almost gone back into group stage meta with Nyx Assassin harassing out the mid. Only difference is it's not an Intel core mid.
I think this is the worst mana burn I've ever seen on one. You mana burn a troll, he has 14 in. This is like the dumbest hero in Dota. And, you know, it doesn't really have that high of an impact.
You're offending Ogre by doing that. KP on bottom lane, a little bit of trouble. GH actually able to get that first crush off. The body blocking from the trees. Mind Control! You said if he had even a small amount of the impact he had in that lower bracket series, it'd already be great, but that was all set up from the tree and block into the stun, into a second wave of tree and block. And KP, a hard lane for him on bottom.
They take full advantage of Batrider not being level 2. This body block is going to become impossible once he reaches that level 2 unless Firefly is on cooldown. And Liquid identifying that this is a move they can make now and only now with GH. Been seeing a lot of great plays from him throughout this tournament. Just, I think what defines this player more than anything is just game sense. Like, GH has a very good eye for what works at what times in the game and how he should move around. And that's, in a position 4 player in this patch, that is like the highest quality you can have, is that game sense.
We have a lane switch, middle lane, Courier snipe, Mind Control coming in for the kill on SDC. Miracle was already diving into the tower, thanks to Nyx Assassin rotating towards bottom. Miracle and Kuro were not being punished for their dive. Mind Control, however, might, but GH in the neighborhood. They're going to look for the double crush at GH. He'll connect, a double kill for Mind Control, and GH, he's trying to get in front of him, almost attempting to get just in the line of KuroKy. We cannot go through the trees. It won't work, and Team Liquid, they are everywhere on this map. SDCC has come back to the mid lane thanks to the Shrine, but I don't know if he really wants to be here. This is a horrendous lane to be in.
This is such an explosive start from Liquid. I think what plays a really big role here is obviously that first blood bottom sets up the Nature's Prophet to start already being active and moving around, getting the Courier Snipe to kill in mid. And I really dislike the Nyx Assassin skilling mana burn level 1. I think if what you're going to use it for is mana burning troll, you're actually hurting yourself more than him. You pay 100 mana to burn like 40, and you know, he could have maybe had the stun earlier, maybe they could have counterplayed or done something bottom for his Batrider.
Oh, something bottom, KP. GH again, trying to beat into him. He doesn't have a friend nearby. Lifestealer is currently taking care of the pulls. KP was attempting just to break the equilibrium of that bottom lane.
Yeah, Liquid have gone for lane swap because I think the Lifestealer fares really poorly against Bloodseeker in this one-on-one matchup top, and Liquid don't want to commit supports to that lane. So instead they're going to send Mind Control up there, who should also be losing this lane. But after what he's already done, I think it's more, it's a better economic choice for Liquid to sacrifice Mind Control a little bit in this sense and then give the Lifestealer a better matchup against the Batrider.
Open wounds on bottom, going after KP. GH has the crush available, waiting out a little bit longer. The maximum amount of control time on KP. The Firefly is cutting the trees, and Matumaman happy to walk through it. GH taking a lot of damage for this, but the kill, the fourth one, goes the way of Team Liquid.
This is going to empower Mugi a bit in that top lane with the Thirst kicking in, but still won't be able to run down Mind Control just yet.
That's a good thing to keep an eye on too, like how low everybody is and just how quickly Mugi is able to reach that level 6.
Newbee needs to solve this mid lane though. Man, this does not look good for them. They're actually getting completely destroyed in this game. It reminds me of was that game 3 against LFY where Liquid were just completely destroying the early game and then LFY almost came back off that carry morphling. I believe that was the 3rd game. In this game, Newbee don't have that powerhouse carry that can bring them back. They really need Batrider to have a good game. He's having an awful time as well.
Yep. And
nobody on Newbee is having a good time apart from Bloodseeker. He's like their only hero.
Well, what are you going to do to rotate the support? The Crystal Maiden, the panel miner says she can come online early, but right now Faith has been spending more time moving between the lanes trying to help out than being able to level up and farm. In fact, even dying already. So that's why they're just backing off from the lanes, letting Faith get some levels inside the jungle, letting everyone else rotate, and hoping that SE can use at least his spam with the slave to get control of this mid lane back again for Miracle. I say control, at least get some level of CS. Currently it's 11-0 to a 28-10 CS matchup in the mid. This is more than a stomping. This is what SECC did to LFY when they played against them in the winners bracket final.
I'll be honest with you though, it's pretty hard to play Lina in this game. In that lane, when you're playing against Lich, Troll, and a TPing Nature's Prophet, yeah, no player in the world can win this lane. Like, it's just not possible. Maybe that bot, if they train the bot a bit more, maybe they can win this matchup, but, you know.
We only have real players in this grand final, so they're in bottom lane. Already Mataman going for another dive. KP has to take flight, but the open wounds will slow him down. GH is here. It's a secondary stun. That's all they want to hold him in position. KP will fall. And Team Liquid, apart
they even killing him top, maybe.
Newbee able to TP out, mind control, they get the vision. And this was the only lane that was going decently for Newbee. And Liquid with the rotations up, mind control being here, and the Frost Blast from Kuro, they'll get the kill on the Bloodseeker.
Something that's really interesting about these Liquid games when they have the Nature's Prophet is it actually reminds me of how they play when they have the IO. It's what enables them to make these super early aggressive rotations around the map, just really put pressure on every single lane. They use the IO in that way, where IO maybe starts mid, wins that mid lane, then can always rotate over to get a kill with their off lane or whatnot. But they're using Nature's Prophet in a similar way, and when you see these games play out and how Liquid has used already in this game the Nature's Prophet and the previous series, it makes you wonder if you should just actually start giving them that shaker, just so you can get to play Dota.
They're coming to mid. They're going to try and punish Miracle at the moment. The quick rupture. Miracle still close to the T1 tower. Has to try and run it off. He's got a lot of life, but without a TP scroll, can't really go anywhere. Mind control wants to Sprout control the hillside. And by the time he finishes the TP, mid lane is already dead. And finally, Newbee will get themselves on the board with a 1-6.
Yeah, I think SC really wanted that kill on Lina. It looked like he was trying to kill secure it, but the Blood Right did get the last hit. I think it's important for Newbee to get SCC online in this game. The Bloodseeker will have a fine time regardless. Like, sure, he died top, but he's the hero that has harm. You need to bring the other heroes into the game. And we see Newbee's approach to this is get the Nyx Assassin that safe lane, get him to level 6. Batrider will move to the stacks in the top side of his jungle. And that way they're trying to activate all of their heroes to maybe start being able to fight Liquid back in a few minutes, which I think is what they need. Like, this pace, their heroes can't keep up unless their supports get levels.
Liquid are looking to keep the pressure right over the observer board. GH now the range creep attacks him, picks out the fact that there is vision from Newbee down there.
Yeah, it's going to show that work. Yep. Else the creep wouldn't have aggroed on him there. So good information for him to have.
And then mind control is exactly what he wants to do. Like, you talk about the Batrider leaving the top lane, just do his thing, farming up in the jungle, but mind control's up on this top lane, ready to pressure the T1 tower. Just like we saw previously, Mugi, he wants to rupture onto the Salmon coming up in the tower. Here comes GH. It's the same gang over and over again. The Frostbite's nice, but then again the damage. KuroKy can't turn for the stun. And the Infest, he's inside the creep, popping back out. Mind control will join the fight. Wrath of Nature damage has already been inflicted as GH, he's got sprint off cooldown in 2 seconds time. So keeps the movement speed to catch up to Fate, especially when mind control holds him in this round. He's looking for the stun on Mugi. Kuro just wants the ulti go. They may, and yes they do. They have enough damage to kill off Mugi, turning attention towards Fate. Fate falling for the second time this game.
Mugi was thinking about it on the Bloodseeker there. He was like hesitant, should I turn, should I not turn? Because of the damage that Lifestealer took with that rupture on. Mataman actually jumped out of the infest and started running a little bit, giving him a lot of strength. But, you know, the Lich came in from the side, Kuro with this really quick level 6, one of the big benefits of Lich. And he's gonna just keep scaling with this max level and sacrifice, 8 minutes in.
They're coming again. Bottom lane, Mind Control and Kuro are down here, but as GH, who's patrolling SC's farming in the jungle, Moogie does come to the bottom lane, trying to make that Rupture do something. But for the moment, all they can do is try and pincer up GH. He's put an aggressive Observer Ward down, so we get a little bit of extra vision. As the rest of Newbee do move over, you'll see KuroKy, you'll end up seeing Moogie, GH, and I'll show you how you get out this one. Top lane, the fight's been going in the meantime. Is KP dying, but GH runs off the Rupture, so a 1-1 trade-off on the opposite sides of the map.
I think GH was trying to force something out of Newbee there. I mean, he ran into SCC without any allies there. They couldn't have killed him with an H's Prophet TP either, so he was trying to scare them, maybe force TPs, try to maybe steal that creep. But Newbee's supports were already in the area, and they basically get themselves a freebie on him. It's not the biggest kill ever, but anything right now for Newbee is important.
They'll take it. When they're about 5.8k in net worth behind, they're about 4k in the experience behind. You know Newbee are just begging for anything. Top lane, the Prophet's going to TP in, so well, if Newbee wants it, they can try and take a defense up here, but GH is also rotating around the back past the Radiant Ancients and towards KP, who actually can get sandwiched. That Observer Ward down once again. 2 aggressive Observer Wards. You wouldn't even think you're 10 minutes into this game, but it reveals KP's position perfectly. So the Crush can come in, KP, he can Firefly and get up the hill. I say he can, he doesn't have the movement speed. Turning on the spot, almost like he's the one getting sticky napalmed up. And now it's 11-2 in favor of Team Liquid, going at more than 1 kill a minute.
Yeah, they're waiting for GH to get level 6, then I think they're just going to take Roche with his Troll. When he gets the Morbid Mask, and Troll can usually do it just with Morbid Mask alone, I think, when he's like this level 9. But Miracle is also going to have Ice Armor to help him and the Amplify out of GH. Now the Corrosive Haze is online, they're going to smoke. Let's see if that's the exact movement.
Yeah, but look,
KuroKy is scouting out.
He's there under the cover of Vendetta. Where's your detection? It's a sentry ward available for Kuro, but at least KuroKy has this information. So here comes Newbee. You can blood right, you can find the control. It's Burr getting caught out. SCC he has the Laguna Blade, doesn't want to burn it for just a Lich. He wants a call, but he's not going to live long enough. Matopperman just arrived with so much damage. Even GH getting that follow-up stun onto KP. Firefly is available. He's now going to burn it. Lasso's up too. The double stun from KuroKy creating space. They're looking towards Slaughter. Anchor the clipping is about to begin. GH unwillingly left on the hill. Where's the stun? Where's the control? GH just TP's out under the cover of Maul. Not too far away. He wants to stay in the fight, so he only went towards the shrine and then back to the mid. But Matopperman with no mana and Moogie moving at very, very fast speed. This is the downside about not TPing all the way back to base. Moogie currently is going at about 700 movement speed on this Bloodseeker. Liquid will not win a position battle with this Bloodseeker.
So Newbee do stop the Roshan, but they end up losing their Lina. So they basically, they're not just the Lina. They lose the Lina and their Courier. I guess I didn't see that, but I'm guessing Mind Control sniped it once again. So they lost Courier, they lost Lina, they got nothing out of that except protecting the Roshan. But it feels like Liquid will just be going there again fairly soon, as they are just so far ahead already.
You want a snipe position. The Courier died on top of the Radiant throne. That's the death position.
Yep, the Courier. Sounds like an H's Prophet to me. So SC probably regrets not Lagooning the Lich there, right? It's just such a hard call to make because it looked like they were going to get the kill regardless. But Kuro is already fairly tanky with this Ice Armor at level 9. It's not the easiest support to bring down. Actually has the same health on Lich as the mid Lina does right now, being out-leveled by Kuro. That's a pretty bad sign for SC in this game when you're behind the supports, as the mid lane has the most experience this patch, so you're losing really damn hard on your mid hero.
They have to turn the attention back to what we almost said like 5 minutes ago, where Newbee just have to get anything they possibly can out of this map. Yep. Laguna Blade, go for a kill. They're going to find Matopperman. KuroKy walking right over the top of him. Here goes your Rupture to start with. Follow-up stun. Rage is available from the Lion Sealer, but then again with the silencers there, SCCC. If it's this time with Laguna Blade ending the killing spree, sacrifices the tier 1 tower on bottom lane that Team Liquid took in the meantime.
Matumba knew that was a pretty high-risk play, I think. Just moving in there. His team were taking the bottom tier 1 tower, so he felt like, okay, worst case scenario, I die for a tower. But I actually think Newbee weren't going to try to defend that anyway. He's just trying to get some sort of information into the Radiant jungle.
KP's hunting Kuro. He's trying to get vision now. He's able to get it. Sticky Napalm. 2 stacks up, but Kuro back behind his creep wave and across the river where Newbee will not venture.
This is a really fast Lich. He has 400 move speed, Tranquils and Windlace.
The downside is his mission was to put down this Observer and Sentry, and both will now get de-warded.
Yep.
Thanks to the fact his positioning was scouted out.
This is crucial for Newbee. They have to just hold on to the map. If the map disappears for just a few minutes, then Liquid will take Roche, all the towers, and then eventually you're just not coming back into this game. They have to play, even though they're behind, they have to keep playing fast and try to make aggressive moves. It's what we saw LFY do in that third game that I'll be referencing quite a bit in this game, is that LFY got destroyed in the lanes, and then they played aggressively with smokes. Like, they just ran in and tried to take fights because they knew if they don't do anything, they're going to get starved out on the map and don't even have a chance to come online. So there's a key item coming here. KP will get the Blink Dagger, so respectable 14-minute timing after getting completely destroyed in lane. 5 deaths, 14-minute blink. Pretty good from him.
It's been a rough day at the office for KP. There's no doubting that one. But you look at what target you can actually achieve with this. Bat Rider is meant to be one of those great pickups to get the Nature's proper caught out when Mind Control goes for his split push. But if you look at Mind Control's items, he's at 2.6k gold, very rapidly approaching that Shadow Blade. So invis detection will be essential. They're going to try and do it the old-fashioned way. 3 heroes smoke up down mid. They'll team up with SCCC. But Team Liquid already have 4 heroes at their tier 1 tower. They're ready to defend this.
And I think Miracle instantly pinged out SC just appearing out of nowhere. So I think they know the smoke is happening. He didn't attack out of fog. He actually attacked in the creep vision. So Miracle, that's the info, and I don't think.
KP, 5 flight up, Miracle's the opportunity.
Oh, he did fail!
He did a blink, he did a cross down the double stun, it's in there from Kaka. Really catching Team Liquid on the back heels. Wrath Major bounces through, however, so at least they can get the leader back. But right now, 2 heroes down for either side. It's Faith on the run with Moogie down south away from Kuro. While Mind Control on the government turn their attention towards Kaka. Another double stun from this Nyx assassin. And Team Liquid, they're going to be sad about this if they can't get more. They're looking for it under the tier 1 tower. Moogie is here, ready to fight, but Government stealing that line back, ready to fight up Kaka. Invis for the moment, they'll drop the sentry ward under the tower, spike Carapace, buying space for Kaka. They need more damage. Mind Control dusting out Kaka with a 6-shot, still alive, back under the tower. He'll survive, but Mind Control is his TP, nothing to cancel it, so he'll get out. Kaka's done just a little bit too far off. But Liquid really looking to make up for that. GH maybe getting a little tired, meant to blink to crush, and it never came.
That was 100%. I'm positive that was a bait from Liquid to keep Miracle in the front lines because GH could just blink crush the Bat Rider the moment the lasso came out. He didn't get the blink off. Maybe had it on the wrong hotkey. We're gonna see it here. So they jump Miracle, GH. And that's an infested Lifestealer as well. So Lifestealer now gets blinked into the fight afterwards. And that was really awkward. So it ends up being a 2-for-2, clearly favoring Newbee when you're this far behind. They catch up a little bit.
Oh, GH. He has a hate
that
rune while being ruptured. This is the worst contradiction of abilities.
I love that stutter step you start doing when you're ruptured in those situations. Like, I need to bring the medicines, but I need to not die.
One step where I'm a slaughter, I don't step.
So another kill. All right, Newbee are showing signs of life in this game. This game could have already been completely out of control if it was not one of these top caliber teams. They're even going to find Kuro in mid. Another kill.
And they are able to bring down the Lich. Nature's Prophet, however, now with the Shadow Blade, he's become the infest bomb, working to bring down Moogie. Moogie doesn't have the life to survive this, trying to go left and right, but that's not going to dodge you. The Tumbleman and Mind Control team up beautifully and find that pickoff. The rest of Newbee now rotate up, and they're looking for the aggressive wards of Team Liquid. But Liquid, very, they're changing that ward position every single time.
And now they're going to go aggressively on mid. Oh, Crush actually connects, but nobody can really follow up on this.
They're looking towards that mid. There is no lasso available. The tower's already taken. So really smart from Liquid. With no Bloodseeker, hard to take the fight. In fact, Team Liquid now turn their attention towards Roshan. This is a very obvious move, however, considering they're doing it underneath that Radiant Observe ward. Quick sentries down, so Newbee will get rid of that high ground vision that Team Liquid have around the pit. So they go for more defensive ward. Roshan's down to 2k. KP, he does have the Firefly. Blink is up in 1 second time. 1 second will be perfect. But then again, the initiation's already happened. Faith letting it go, but Thomas standing right in front, taking it at the same time. You've got SCC, a perfect done. Troll wall out. Kaka wants his TP. These ancients are not his friends. That Lich only just would not stop the bounce. SCC, he's on the run now. From 2 heroes, about to become 3, but the third doesn't even arrive in time. This Lina just does not have the life to survive in the engagements. And Aegis the Immortal remains on Miracle.
This should be the tier 2 as well. Mind Control was out hunting couriers once again. A little bit of gun hunt. Didn't find it this time though. Vods connects with his team immediately, and here goes the push again. So Liquid, a little bit of a hiccup before, but they've immediately stabilized again, getting the Aegis, now the tier 2, progressing toward even more key items. There's going to be the Desolator will come out for Lifestealer after this tower, making that Lifestealer bomb a lot more dangerous. And they have these two ways of jumping in. I think when you're playing Lifestealer, having two, I generally call them vehicles, is really powerful, because when you're the opposing team, if you're playing against Lifestealer and it's like there's a Lifestealer bomb with Puck, then if you see Puck on the map, you're like, okay, well, that means Lifestealer he can either be infested in this guy that we see, or he's unlikely to jump me. When there's two options, whenever mind control shows, they need to be scared of GH, and vice versa. So there's no guarantee that Newbee can ever really split. And I think that's such a powerful combination with Nature's Prophet, right? That he can both be the vehicle and the one forcing the split. And then you use Lifestealer together with that. So it's something we've seen historically, quite a lot of games actually, Nature's Prophet and Lifestealer together. It's just a proven combo. It works so well.
So many players missing on the map for Newbee at the moment. The only one that was showing themselves was KP previously. Now SC shows himself up on the top. Liquid want to work it out. It won't be too difficult. Move to the top lane and look for that fight. Mind control. ETP'd in almost on top of his tier 2 tower. Just to try and add a little bit of momentum. KP, Firefly's up. Already started to TP as Firefly is wearing off. They don't want this fight. Team Liquid just not coming to the engagement fast enough for their liking.
A little bit too early on the opening for mind control. I think he wanted that exact thing to happen.
GH he just found an Invis Rune in the bottom river, and SCCC is probably the one. Actually, no, they're all backing up. Newbee didn't see this. Their observer wards are mainly focused around Roshan on both the northern side as well as the southwest. So they just they farm in the protected areas, or at least the vision areas.
GH. That in this room can't toggle sprint without breaking it.
Oh, he's found a target.
Slowly but steadily just blow up.
Walked up. He doesn't have invis available, and it really is a blow up.
That's even a Nature's Prophet ultimate connecting there from mind control. Very nice timing. Could need it, but style points.
Mind control might even have a crack at KP. Sprout
here.
just looking for the flying vision on KP. There's more support on the way. GH sprint comes off cooldown, so he'll have that movement speed, but KP wisely playing the mind game. He's got 16 seconds till his TP comes off cooldown, so he blinks and goes deeper into the dire jungle. Even if he does die, he's still wasting time of Team Liquid if they chase him.
Whose time is he really wasting, though? That's the question. I mean, they're like, whatever. Let him cut away. I think KP is doing the perfect thing here, trying to bring down.
Oh, wow. He actually could have sniped the Curry if he went half a second longer.
I think he would have died. I'm pretty sure.
In his mind, he thought that. Mind control. He was looking for the TP. Miracle wrapping around the back. Assassin wears that detection. They actually don't have it yet. It was coming on the Curry over the 2 sentry wards. So KuroKy, he's wrapping up. The Curry is flying in at the moment, but already that tower is gone.
He saw it on the ward. He's gonna get this.
On the way back, he got the damage. Get ready for res, everybody. KuroKy, snipe, boom, ton. 36 people are now happier.
41, I think. Maybe got slightly happier as well.
Okay, maybe KuroKy's not so happy. Fades to the bottom lane. Mind control's just stalking this poor Crystal Maiden. Puts the triggers down. Frostbite. Rapid Nature bouncing through. Fade, lucky for the moment. Tries to cut his way through the trees. There's a couple of one charges. Difficult to run on that bottom lane while Kuro initiates the top. Fade will still actually successfully TP out of that bottom lane fight. While Liquid were looking for the real big initiation up on top. They'll force the issue anyway in a bit. Miracle has that BKB to come.
I think we're approaching the point when Newbee have their best chance of the game, apart from that one early fight they took that was good. They almost have the Radiance on Bloodseeker, and Lina is close to, I mean, he's not going to get the full Bloodstone probably in time for that, but he could maybe have the Soul Booster, so they have something to fight back with. They're not going to win by just sitting in their base. Like, and at the same time, it's so scary to come out. That's the power of Liquid's draft, but you've got to play to your strengths. So I think Newbee, they'll get this Radiance, they'll try for a smoke play, see if they can get a couple of picks or maybe even a full-on team fight. And if that doesn't work, they might just end up conceding the game. Because I think if they lose this next fight, they're going to lose their base, more than likely.
And they're aware of that, so everything that they can do. Pickoffs to try and delay the fight, get their better items before Team Liquid come high ground. That's what they have to look for, but Liquid are just always together now. 5 heroes, 1 infested inside the Slaughter. Nyx Assassin gets some good vision out. Kuro, Miracle, Mind Control more visible. KuroKy needs a good opening, but they've already lost KP. So the opening is gone. The blink line still, and then KuroKy inside the back line was the best way Newbee could have begun this fight, but it's too late now. as Liquid fan down this bottom lane. No agency ball in Miracle, but the BKB is ready to be popped.
100 volt for Radiance. He got it there. That pod rate. He's going to buy that and send it out to himself.
Waiting. He's holding onto his buyback. Nick Assassin. He's the one that initiated on. Spy Cameras creates a little bit more space. Can't get the stun. The Laguna Blade does pop the starter. So his amplification is gone. The Mind Control with his own BKB up and running has already beaten the crap out of the tower. Live Stealer stunned up from SDCCC, but he doesn't have enough damage. Without the Laguna Blade, they cannot pop that armor toggling Live Stealer. The Blood Right will force Team Liquid back as a tier 3 tower limping alive.
And now he's going to buy the Radiance. So Liquid backing off. Newbee feels like, okay, they can't go immediately again. Chose to hold on to the buyback as you mentioned. I think that could have been a moment of opportunity, to be honest. Like, Liquid had 3 heroes dropping below half, so the Bloodseeker was getting really fast. And if he has a Radiance there and they connect on literally any spell, he could maybe get in and get some damage off. With Sardar dead, his Bloodseeker is not that instant of a kill anymore without that amplification for its haze. But it's very clear how Newbee stand mentally in this game. They feel very pressured.
They need KP.
And here we go.
There's so much pressure on KP to get that Blink Lasso, because then they can just focus one target, pick him off straight away. They want to be Miracle, so that BKB never comes into play. Smoke, oh, Nick Assassin, again, great vision up from him. He'll come underneath the Dire Sentry ward, and they'll see and now they're jumping in, hitting very hard. Slaughter so low, he will fall the lasso. They're pushing the Troll Warlord up on the cliff. KP successful with that, while the Rupture on the backline's Mind Control. BKB won't protect him from this. Moody, he's got the damage output, but not always getting Frost Blast down on 98 HP. Matoma needs to hit, able to do so. 3 heroes lost and Miracle clipped.
Oh, what a nice view.
He gives a TP scroll over.
That's just looking down. Great, just yelling from the distance. Great job, team.
Like, Kuro, you must do your job as a support. Please send me a TP scroll ASAP.
So that fight, I think, could have maybe gone different if Bloodseeker got the last hit, but Lina took the kill, so the Bloodseeker didn't heal up, and then Matoma just walks in and gets that kill. At the same time, though, if this jump from GH connects, I think it's just an absolute trashing, but he was guessing for the Nyx. He didn't have the information. Misses the stun, they instantly kill him. Shrine even actually look, Maiden just gets 2-shot by Nyx Stealer.
Oh, we can come back live as Team Liquid pushing into the bottom lane. Troll Warlord, the dust is up, they have the vision, Laguna Blade's available, they're saving it, they don't need it to get this kill on the Troll Warlord, and now it's Team Liquid on the run. GH is arriving, and so is Nature's Prophet. Invest up, they're going in once more. Blink, looking for the Frostbite, perfect timing for face, creating space. It's still the Troll Warlord down. The Courier is the only thing for the Radiant side to die until Fate then follows it into the grave. Life Stealer, they've got to keep that detection up. Sentry Ward is down. The Glimmer Cape of Kuro really causing problems for Newbee to commit in these protection items. But Matoma, oh no, the Lincoln Sphere! He had it up, KP blinking, he was looking for the Lasso. Lasso isn't need to trigger the Lincoln Sphere, and now it's 4 heroes down. I don't know if Newbee can really repel this. They may even lose SCCC. Mind Control DKB to protect the top of the Light Strike Array, and now he'll die. The denial from the Bloodstone, but this is not the position Newbee thought they were going to have. They were the ones to get the initial kill. And now Liquid, they're losing 2 lanes of Brax.
Liquid showing really good fighting understanding here. They lose their Troll, and a lot of teams will be like, all right, we lost our Kara, we gotta back off. But they play the high ground advantage very nicely. They get the turnaround with the quick and fast play. And just understand that in this position they can win the fights 4 on 5 or 4 on 4 at the very least if the right abilities have been used. And that's going to be 2 lanes of barracks here toward the end of quick game 1, unless Newbee pull off some absolutely miraculous smoke play.
And GG,
they don't.
They know it's over. You've lost 2 lanes of Brax. Liquid showed the lower bracket matchup that they would hold their advantage. They would keep the split push going and bleed Newbee dry. Instead, Newbee tap out and pushes into game 2.
So this is where we're going to need to see how the teams adapt. They tried to counterpick this Nature's Prophet with 2 heroes.